Hey guys, Niffler here and welcome to my weekly build guide featuring the Varunastra throw Deadeye. The unique Val blade Varunastra offers one of the most interesting mechanics in Path of Exile, which was one of the reasons why back in Perandus League everyone tried to create a build with it. It counts as all one-handed melee weapon types and can therefore make use of every single passive node for swords, maces, axes, daggers and even claws, making it very difficult to not spend 150 points while theory crafting a build with it. Skilled correctly, one can utilize the high crit chance provided by sword and dual wield clusters, great leech from claw passives and poison on crit from Adder's Touch all together in one build. And a sweet bonus, nodes that affect multiple weapon types like Deadly Dilettante also count multiple times, making them the most effective passive nodes of all time. You can also use jewels that would be completely useless for any other build, combining attack speed with daggers and physical damage with maces, just to give you an example. After multiple requests by subscribers, I finally present you my version of a Varunastra build for 2.4. And without further talking, let's get right into the gem setup. Our main skill, Spectral Throw, is linked with GMP, increased critical strikes, physical to lightning, weapon elemental damage and faster attacks. We don't use physical projectile damage because of its 10% less attack speed drawback, and with the extra lightning damage from fist to lightning, we gain constant shocks from our critical strikes for yet another 50% more damage. In addition, the elemental conversion increases our reflect safety, avoiding one-shots. To keep up with the high clear speed, we also need a fast movement skill with Whirling Blades, faster attacks, Fortify and Blood Magic to sustain the mana cost. And for cliffs, add a Leap Slam to any free socket. Auras and buffs in use are Hatred, converting additional cold damage that scales with the weapon elemental damage in our Spectral Throw for shattering enemies on crit. Herald of Ice with Curse on Hit Assassin's Mark is used for power charge generation. And Val Haste, Ancestral Protector, linked with increased duration, provide temporal attack speed bonuses during boss fights. The last remaining sockets can be used for a cast when damage taken setup with Immortal Call or Ice Golem for additional accuracy and crit chance. Let's take a quick look at the passive tree. Starting with the three key nodes, Vol Pact, Acrobatics and Arrow Dancing, all for the same purpose, that is reflect safety. With way over 100k tooltip Spectral Throw DPS, instant leech is required, and with the extra dodge and chance to evade for projectiles, the incoming reflect damage is drastically reduced. As Varunastra counts as all one-handed melee weapon types, we have a whole variety of nodes to pick from. I focused on capping the crit chance and therefore used all one-handed crit clusters on the right side of the passive tree, which are also all required as Varunastra's base crit chance of 5% is really poor. Starting down here with Twin Terrors for dual wield crit and the Fatal Blade cluster. Adding the Claw crit at Soul Wrecker, which is also adding nice life and mana leech. Adder's Touch for juicy 60% crit multi and 30% chance to poison on crit. Night Stalker and Claws of the Falcon, also very effective crit nodes, all together with the standard global crit, Assassination and Heartseeker. Vitality Void at the Duelist is adding much needed life and mana leech, and one last cluster deserves special attention, which is Deadly Dilettante. These nodes add damage, crit and attack speed to 3 different weapon types, but as Varunastra counts as all 3 together, these nodes are triple effective, adding a total of 24% attack speed, 75% crit and 108% increased physical damage with just 5 nodes investment. That's insane value. In terms of Ascendancy nodes, we pick up Fast and Deadly for additional attack speed, projectile damage and most important, projectile speed for more AoE coverage. Together with Ballistic Mastery and Fury Bolts from our passives, we are at a 60% total bonus projectile speed. Perfectly synergizing with the next notable, Far Shot, adding up to a 30% more damage multiplier to projectiles that traveled a certain distance. Worth noting is that this travel distance is not distance to your character. That means your returning Spectral Blades get their journey back to you also added as bonus distance. Endless Munitions provides an additional projectile and some flat accuracy. And lastly, we grab Rupture for a 25% chance to cause bleeding with extra crit chance and multiplier against bleeding enemies, and it also prevents you from taking bonus bleed damage by moving. Nice defensive bonus adding reaction time for you to use your flasks. The bandits we are helping are Oak Normal for plus 40 life, kill them all in Cruel, and help Alira in Merciless for the additional power charge. Gear-wise, 2 Varunastra wall blades are required of course, as the whole character is built around this weapon. Currently they can be acquired for around 70 chaos each in Essence League, which is not too expensive for the DPS they provide. Other uniques in use are for our helm slot, the Rat's Nest, a bonus attack speed and crit. As a body armor, you can start with a Tabula Rasa of course, that can be upgraded into a rare evasion chest later on. Best in slot DPS wise would be the Lionized Vision Crusader plate, which adds a 7th link pierce to the setup. But important disclaimer, it's very expensive to hit the required off colors on it. So it's really the luxury last item you should only get when you got too many chromatics in bank. Another endgame goal would be Atziri's Acuity Vol Gauntlets, providing instant leech on crit that also applies to mana, allowing you to respec out of Volpack passive and using the free points to skill 3 additional frenzy charges. With the life regeneration you can now run Blood Rage, adding attack speed, bonus leech and with 6 frenzy charges a total of 24% more damage. But that's of course not mandatory. Any rare evasion glove with attack speed, accuracy and the standard life resists will make it too. The perfect ring for this build would be a diamond ring with flat fizz, weapon elemental damage, accuracy, attack speed, life and all resists. A rustic sash with a wed, life and tree res is the ideal belt, and my dream amulet would provide flat physical damage, weapon elemental damage, life with accuracy, crit chance and multiplier. Finding this perfect gear is not possible of course, unless you mirror it in standard. And just try to cap the resistances and get a combination of the named stats. Lastly, our boot slot can be quite low budget, as no movement speed is required. With the high attack speed of Whirling Blades, you will rarely find yourself walking on a map. Try to get good life, resistances and high evasion if possible. Pro tip for high evasion boots: search for a high percentage evasion roll with life and resists and simply add up to 80 flat evasion onto boots with Haku's crafting bench. This way you can create higher evasion rolls than normally possible. The jewels in this build should be also really cheap, because you can use any combination of weapon specific rolls which are normally useless, like physical damage with swords and attack speed with daggers. I'd recommend to get life on every jewel and then as many DPS mods as possible. Keep in mind that the weapon specific rolls can be always higher than the general ones, so try to exploit your Varunastra bonus to the max. My flask setup is nothing special. Remove bleed, freeze and curse would be nice. Taste of Hate, Lion's Roar and Atziri's Promise are all nice DPS booster. To come to a conclusion, the Varunastra Throw Deadeye offers insane clear speed, especially in outdoor maps, and with the nice icy explosions everywhere, it's extremely fun to play. Varunastra enables you to stack up lots of crit multi from the passive tree and nice bonus effects like chance to poison on crit. As a result, the DPS output is pretty nuts and killing all endgame bosses, including Shaper and Uber Atziri, should be no problem. As always, for a link to the passive tree and example gear, check the link to my guide compendium in the description below. Shout out to my guildmate Ollie, who lent me his character to showcase the build. His profile is also linked below. That's it from my side for today, stay safe and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, and for more Path of Exile content feel free to subscribe to my channel, where you will find weekly build guides and trading tips. I hope you guys enjoyed and hope to see you next time.